back on the Eagles Baseball Network for Game 2. As Matt Bradley, Game 2 starter for Carson-Newman, delivers a first pitch strike, and we're underway at 3:07. Temperature for Game 1 was 67. It's gone up 10 degrees to 77 for Game 2 as Daughtry can't field it cleanly on a ground ball, but the flip to Bradley is in time for the first down, and Joe Rochetti, the leadoff guy, is retired. Good recovery by Daughtry, able to recover after bobbling the ball initially. Recovers, flips it to Bradley for the first out of the ball game. Dason Crows, Nolan Woseman to follow. He shows bunt as Crows and bunts it foul down the left side. Same exact lineup out there for Quincy as Game 1. Crows, Woseman to follow. Logsdon in the cleanup spot. DeLessio will bat 5th. Simpson 6th. Trier 7. Napleton 8. And Boynton 9th. As second pitch, this AB is a strike to Crows, and Bradley's ahead 0-2. Off to a good start in this first inning. 0-2 to Crows. Breaking ball that misses low. 4-1. Ball chopped to the right side. Bradley will field it himself, try to take it all the way to the bag. The diving play, is he there? He is. What an athletic play for Matt Bradley. Daughtry had come over to field the ground ball, but had gone away from the bag, and a spectacular diving play made by Bradley to hustle to the first base bag, extend that mid-out, and he just gets to the bag in time to retire Crows himself for the second out of the inning. A rare one unassisted for out number 2 at the top of the first. And Nolan Woseman steps in. Tough sledding for Woseman in Game 1. As Bradley delivers a fastball for a strike, Woseman went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in the first game. Bradley working quickly ahead 0-1. Now a swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 to Woseman. He throws his hands at a pitch low out from second base as Carpenter on the run makes the grab out in shallow right for a 1-2-3 first inning. Carson-Newman bats to the plate after a 1-2-3 first for Matt Bradley. Eagles to the plate for the first time here in Game 2 next on the Eagles Sports Network. pitcher on the mound for Quincy in game 2, Brett Totcher. Brett Totcher makes his 3rd appearance with Quincy this season. Seven innings total, 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned allowed as Jackson, the leadoff man, fouls the first pitch back off a pole for strike 1. Jackson, Ricketts, Griffin, 1, 2, 3. Ricketts up to the 2 spot here in game 2, batted 7th in game 1. As Jackson takes low. As Totcher will work from the stretch, and the 1-1 is low and away for ball 2. Totcher, a graduate student from Elk Grove, Illinois, 6'4", 230-pound right-hander. Misses low for ball 3. So after getting the foul ball from Jackson to start this, AB is falling behind with 3 consecutive balls to the leadoff man, Henry Jackson. 3-1 bounces in there with a fastball, and the leadoff man is aboard for Carson-Newman as Jackson draws the walk, and that'll bring up Gunnar Ricketts to the plate. Four walks total for Totcher in his 2 outings. One that went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. The most recent one on February 26th against Columbus State. He went 30 innings, gave up 3 hits and allowed 4 runs. Only walked 1 batter in that outing as Ricketts shows bunt, pulls back and takes a strike. A few other changes here in the game 2 lineup for Carson-Newman. Goforth is in the order. He'll be the DH in the 8 spot. Spencer Bright is behind the plate in game 2. He'll be the catcher. The 0-1 misses low and in to Ricketts for ball 1. Quincy defensively, Ricchetti, Boynton, Logsdon, same in the outfield, left to right. Wozeman and D'Alessio make up the left side. Kroos and Simpson continue to make up the right side. The only change defensively is Trier is behind the plate. As Ricketts shows bunt again, we'll pull back and take this fastball outside for ball 2. Carson-Newman trying to end a 6-game losing streak now. Have dropped the first 2 here against Quincy in this 4-game set, this being game 3 and the second of the day. Another pitch misses outside, 3-1, so back-to-back hitters to start Totcher's day. That he has got off to the 0-1 start and has fallen behind 3-1. Totcher set from the stretch, peek at the runner as Ricketts will take the fastball inside. Back-to-back walks to start the bottom of the first, and Carson-Newman's got Jackson now in scoring position as Jordan Griffin steps in. Griffin continues to excel so far this year. After a hit in game 1, his batting average at .538 now. Team leading 35 hits. 5 of which have been doubles, a couple of home runs, 18 driven in. And a 19-game hitting streak dating back to last season for Jordan Griffin. As Brett Totcher, the pitcher for Quincy's, in an early jam after back-to-back walks to start his bottom of the first. Griffin shows bunt, will pull it back and take fastball low for ball 1. So 11 total pitches now from Totcher and only 2 strikes of the 11. Griffin shows bunt again. He'll pull it back and take a strike. That'll even the count up at a ball and a strike. So Carson-Newman can still tie up this series with Quincy. A win here in Game 2, a win tomorrow to salvage the series and split it 2-2. But Quincy, two dominant efforts at the plate in these first 2 games. Griffin shows bunt again, but pulls it back and takes the breaking ball right off his back. So 3 free passes from Brett Tosher to start things off here in the first. 2 walks and he hits Griffin, and the bases are loaded. An ideal start for the Eagles. Now it's about taking advantage of the mistakes here from the starting pitcher, Tosher, as we're going to get a mound visit here early in this first inning. It'll be Zach Bose to the plate. Bose had a good Game 1. 3 of the 5 hits were by Bose in Game 1, including the 2-run home run, drove in all 3 runs as well for the Eagles. So this is the guy you want at the plate on this particular day with the bases loaded and nobody out early in this game. Carson-Newman scored first in Game 1, got those 2 early runs on Bose's home run. That's when Quincy responded with 6 in the top half of the second. Mound visit over, Bose will step in. Batting average has creeped above 300 now after his 3-hit performance in Game 1. Daughtry to follow. Carpenter will bat 6th. Genter 7th. Goforth and Bright make up the rest of the lineup, 8-9. For the Eagles, Tosher set the pitch. Runs inside and low for ball 1. Fastball upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. The zone is small right now for Tosher out there on the mound. 15 total pitches for 3 strikes total. Not a good ratio to have early in this game. That's why the bases are loaded for Carson-Newman here in the bottom half of the first. 2-0. Bose will let go by for a strike. And as expected, take till you get one after the start that Tosher has had so far. Tosher set the 2-1 is popped up, but it's going to drift out of play and foul. Right next to the press box here. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
You go, Brad, man.
Tosher's battled back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bose. As Bose hits one off the end of the bat in foul ground, the third baseman Woseman is there. Jackson's at third base as Woseman makes the grab in foul ground, and that's the first out. So a pop-up in foul ground is the first out of this bottom half of the first inning. A big first out for Tosher, and now the middle infielders for Quincy can move into double play depth. That could help get their pitcher out of this first inning unscathed. First pitch to Daughtry, runs inside for ball 1. Daughtry a hit earlier today, 1 for 4. 3 hits in this series. 1-0 is a fastball that is right in there for a strike. Jackson at third, Ricketts at second, Griffin's at first, all reaching on free passes. Griffin was hit by a pitch. Ground ball left side, D'Alessio up with it, on to Crows at second, on to first. A 6-4-3 double play to get Quincy out of the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tosher gets a pop out and a double play ball to end the first inning and get out of it without any runs allowed. We'll head to the second, no score here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back for the top of the second inning, Matt Bradley, after a 1-2-3 first, will try to pick up where he left off to begin this one. He'll face Logsdon, D'Alessio, and Simpson here in the second as Bradley misses for ball one. Carson-Newman's women's basketball up 4 in a semifinal in the SAC tournament, 30-26, and a 2-3 matchup there on the women's side. 1 seed Wingate lost by 7 to the 4 seed Anderson earlier today, 76-69. So women's team trying to get to the championship game tomorrow. Ball and a strike to Logsdon. Pitch is going to run outside, 2-1 to Quincy's right fielder. Reached twice in game one, once on a single, the other time was by an error. Big hack from the left-handed hitting Logsdon for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Bradley is lined into center field. Griffin coming in a few steps will make the catch from his waist for out number 1. 4 up, 4 down for Matt Bradley. Bringing up Gino D'Alessio. 3 hits for D'Alessio in the first game, 3 for 5, scored twice as well. He's had 3 hits in both games of this series so far, so 6 total and 9 trips to the plate. Bradley falls behind 1-0, now missing again, this time just outside. To fall behind, 2 balls, no strikes. Bradley's 2-0. Outside third for a strike. Simpson to follow for Quincy. Second innings have been the issue for Carson-Newman in the first 2 games of this series. 7 given up yesterday and 6 I should say, in game 1 of this doubleheader earlier today as D'Alessio lines one into right field, and he has a 1-out single. And second innings had been the best for Carson-Newman pitching coming in. It only allowed 5 total runs in second innings coming into this series in the first 17 games, but it's given up 13 in the first 2 games with Quincy, as Simpson's going to blast one foul down the left field line and out of play. Bradley making his 5th start. Ground ball right side. Simpson hits it over there. Flip from Carpenter on to Genter, now back to first. Double play. 4-6-3. Carpenter, Genter, Daughtry to get Bradley through the second inning with just the one hit from D'Alessio given up. No runs and no one left aboard to the bottom of the second. No score here on the Eagles Sports Network.
You know, Brad, Matt.
6-7-8 for Carson-Newman to begin the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Carpenter, Micah Genter, 1-2, helped ignite the double play to end the top half of the second. And then Luke Goforth, the designated hitter, will bat third this inning. As first pitch swinging, Carpenter's going to foul one back. 4 strike one. Carpenter 0 for 4 in game one earlier today. 0 for 4 in game one of the series as well, so still looking for his first hit against these Hawks. Curveball in there for strike two, and he's behind to begin this bottom of the second inning. Had some hard hit balls in the game earlier today. Just didn't get any to drop in front of any of the outfielders. Fastball outside for 4-1. See if Brett Tauscher can get his command back after walking the first two guys, then hitting Griffin to begin the first. Got out of it with a pop-up and a double play ball to help blank the Eagles what would have been a prime opportunity to get on the board early in what is the second game of our doubleheader, a 7-inning game. 2-2 is chopped foul. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to begin the bottom of the second. Tauscher from the stretch comes set, and another 2-2 to Carpenter's. A fastball that runs upstairs. And a good battle here from Andrew Carpenter after starting down 0-2, has battled it back to make the count full. Payoff pitch is high and inside, ball 4. Third walk from Tauscher back-to-back innings. He'll walk the leadoff guy. And Andrew Carpenter is aboard for Micah Genter. Genter 0 for 3 in the game earlier today. 2 hits total in the series. Batting from that left side, shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. At the third baseman, Wozeman charging for Quincy with the first baseman, Simpson covering Carpenter at first. Oh, 1 is a swing and a miss. Genter chases after the fastball up and away. And he's behind 0-2, so back-to-back times now to begin this second inning Tosher's been able to work ahead, but is he able to get this first out of the inning? Comes set, little peek at first, and the pitch is fouled back. Another 0-2 pitch. Genter softly hits one left side. It'll be not fielded by third baseman Wozeman. He'll let it trickle foul. He saw the spin of the baseball. Going to take that toward foul ground before passing the third base bag. Would have been a tough play to throw out the speedy Genter as well. So smart heads-up play by the third baseman Wozeman, and Genter will step back in with still 2 strikes on him. 0-2 is hit on the ground right side, and a good play made by Crows. His only play moving to his left is to first base to Simpson, who makes the catch for the first out of the second. So Genter is able to get Carpenter in scoring position on the 4-3 ground out. See what Goforth and maybe Bright can do at the bottom of this order. Trying to get Carson-Newman on the board first. Here in the bottom of the second. Goforth pinch hit opportunity in game 1. He's able to go to the plate twice, draw a walk, and ground it out as he tries to bunt one, but is unable to make contact, and the ball gets into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Another bunt from Goforth, but this one not able to get into the field of play. He fouls it back into the netting, and it's quickly 0-2. So better second inning of work here from Tosher, able to find his command and start all 3 batters he's faced to begin this second inning with 2 strikes. To Goforth is hit to the right side. This will get the runner to third as Crows fields it off a couple of hops and throws to Simpson at first for the second out. So now that moves Carpenter to third. A couple of ground outs get hit there, and now Spencer Bright will step in with 2 outs. Bright making his second start of the season, 8th appearance. This will be his 4th at bat as he grounds one left side. This will be a tough play for the shortstop, D'Alessio. He bobbles it, and this is going to score Carson-Newman's first run. Carpenter comes home to score, and the Eagles have the 1-0 advantage. Tough play in the hole, but regardless, it's an error to D'Alessio. Got a good jump on the baseball, just did not field it cleanly. And Bright reaches by the error. Carpenter scores. Carson-Newman 1, Quincy 0. Back to the top of the order for Jackson as he fouls the first pitch off to the right side. 4 strike 1. Unearned run to Tosher now in here in the second. Runner takes off, and Jackson chops one foul down the left field line. We'll hit and run there with 2 outs and a 0-1 count to Jackson, but he fouls it off. And it's now 0-2. Oh, 2 with 2 outs is a fastball that runs up and inside. on Jackson. So he'll stay alive with 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 gone, bottom of the 2nd inning. Bright at first after the error by D'Alessio at short. He'll take off again. 1-2 is slapped foul. Tosher's got the sign, comes set for a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is going to be fouled back by Jackson. Battle continues between Jackson and Tosher with 2 outs. Carson-Newman still without a base hit. Going through the batting order 1 time, but does have the 1 run. They've got Brighton to pick off. Good move from Tosher. Throw from Simpson at first to D'Alessio at short. He tags out Bright at second base, and the inning is over. But Bright reaches on the error, and Carson-Newman has the early 1-0 lead. Matt Bradley to the mound with 1-0 advantage as we head to the top of the 3rd on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of the 3rd, Matt Bradley out there. He's faced the minimum through the first 2 innings. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Dreer, Napleton, and Boynton here in the 3rd. The first pitch misses for a ball. Second pitch in there for a strike. Ball and a strike now to the catcher, Tanner Dreer. He's the DH in game 1. RBI single, part of that big 5-run 4th. Another strike from Bradley, and he's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Working quickly, the right-hander's ready. The 1-2, foul back. Another 1-2 from Bradley is hit out toward right field. Jackson ranging back will make the catch for the first down. Near the warning track there to make the play. Dreer is retired for the first out of the 3rd inning. Bradley responding well after his most recent start against Wingate last weekend. Only went 2 1/3, and that was the fewest innings in a start for his career. So a good start here. As a pop fly into shallow right. Coming in this time is Henry Jackson. He's under it. He makes the play. 2 outs. 2 fly ball outs to Henry Jackson here in the 3rd. And just like that, Bradley's 1 out away from another clean inning. Napleton goes down. And now Brock Boynton, the 9-hitter for the Hawks, to the plate. First pitch is a strike. 2 wins and 4 starts for Matt Bradley. No losses, 5 runs, 8 runs total, given up 5 earned. As Boynton fouls one off toward the left side, and he's behind 0-2. 22 strikeouts coming into this start, none recorded in this game. In the 17 1/3 innings pitched. Coming into the start, 8 walks, And just one home run allowed. 0-2, low and inside.
All right, Brock, here we go, Brock.
Misses for ball one. One-two is grounded right side off, played off 2 hops by Carpenter. He'll flip it to Daughtry at first, and the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Bradley and the Carson-Newman Eagles. Eagles up by 1 run, 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third here on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of the order for Carson-Newman to begin the bottom of the third inning. Jackson was up there in the second inning, but Spencer Bright, the catcher, gets picked off at first base, thrown out at second. So Jackson will get to redo his second plate appearance. He's behind in that count 1-2, but everything resets here for the third. As the first pitch is low. 4-1. Well, Carson-Newman pitching has made it through the first 3 innings. Something it had struggled to do in the first 2 games of this series with Quincy. It's where these Eagles, or these Hawks, I should say, have done their damage is early and often to get a sizable lead, and then that be the difference as Jackson takes a strike. 1-1 bounced over the top of the 6'4" Tosher into center field. The second baseman, Crows can't track it down, and Jackson's aboard for the second time. Back-to-back times he is on to start the inning. And that's Carson-Newman's first hit of the baseball game, and now Gunnar Ricketts steps to the plate. Pickoff throw from Tosher is going to get away from Simpson and out of play. So it'll be 1 base granted for Ricketts. And even with the ball getting away, he was going to get second easily. So with the ball going out of play, it probably benefits Quincy because Jackson, I should say, probably would have been at third base with his speed. So instead, ball goes out of play, he gets 1 base and moves up to second. So the failed pickoff gets Carson-Newman, a guy in scoring position for Gunnar Ricketts. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes the fastball low and inside for ball 1.
Here you go, Brad, man.
Tosher a long look at Jackson. Now the pitch. Ricketts gets the bunt down. The pitcher, Tosher, will field it on a bare hand. Throw on to first, a strong one to Simpson, who makes the play, or makes the catch for the first down. So a job done for Ricketts on the sacrifice bunt to get Jackson to third. With one out, sets up a sacrifice fly opportunity for Jordan Griffin and the Eagles. Griffin reached back in the first to help load the bases, got hit by a pitch from Tosher, and he swings at the first pitch, flares one out toward right field, and it's going to drop in fair territory. Taking off for home is Jackson. He will score. Griffin drops one into right field in between the first baseman, the second baseman, and the right fielder to get the Eagles its second run to take the 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Griffin extends his hitting streak to 20. And that'll be it for Tosher. He'll be pulled here in the third. He'll go 2 1/3 and be responsible for Jordan Griffin, who's now at first base. Griffin drives in a run. And I'll have a pitching change here in the bottom of the third. 2-0 Carson-Newman. We'll tell you about the new pitcher here next on the Eagles Baseball Network. Pitcher for Quincy is left-hander Tyler Carpenter. Carpenter, a 6'4", 235-pound redshirt senior from Boulder, Colorado, transfer from Illinois State. Pitch hit yesterday in Game 1. Now he comes on as a relief pitcher here in the third to face Zach Bowe's first, and the first pitch is a wild pitch that gets away from Dreer behind the dish. Griffin moves up to second. And the first pitch to Bose is obviously a ball. One out here in the third as Tosher for Quincy just goes 2 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs both earned for now. He's responsible for Griffin, 3 walks and no strikeouts, as well as a hit by pitch in the 12 batters he faces. 48 total pitches, 24 strikes. As Griffin hits one hard into center field. Back goes Boynton near the wall, makes the grab. Tagging up late is Griffin, and a strong throw is not going to be in time as Griffin advances to third on Bose's fly ball out. And there's 2 gone now in the bottom of the third. Brings brings Killian Daughtry in with 2 outs. Daughtry hit into a double play to end the first inning. Carson-Newman had the bases loaded. Daughtry's double play ended the first inning. The only inning so far that the Eagles have not scored in. Good slider in there to the right-handed hitting first baseman for strike 1. Carpenter, 6 innings pitched coming in. 1 win, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. 2.84 earned run average. As he gets a swing and a miss from Daughtry, and he's behind. Is Daughtry 0-2 with 2 gone. Griffin at third. Trying to add on to what's a 2-0 lead for the Carson-Newman Eagles. 0-2 is chopped left side, now in foul ground. Fielded on a backhand by Wozeman. So Daughtry will step back in and get ready for another no ball, 2-strike pitch. Carpenter set, 0-2, swing and a miss. He blows it past Daughtry for strike 3, but Carson-Newman gets both of its hits in this game coming in the third. They add another run thanks to the RBI single from Jordan Griffin. We'll head to the fourth. Carson-Newman hold on to this 2-0 lead. We'll find out next on the Eagles Sports Network. First pitch at the top of the fourth inning to the leadoff man, Joe Rochetti, is outside for ball 1. Bradley working quickly, delivers the 1-0. That's also outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, by the fourth inning in game 1 of this doubleheader, Rochetti had already had 4 at-bats. That's just his second here in game 2. As he fouls one off to the left side. 2 balls now and 1 strike. Bradley's been good. He's faced the minimum through 3 innings, just the 1 hit given up to D'Alessio. 2-1 is hit well out toward right field. Jackson back to the wall, and he makes a leaping grab. Saves a home run out there in right field to keep this game at 2-0. Glove tap from Matt Bradley, applauding the effort from Henry Jackson out there in right field to keep a run off the board for Quincy. Second quality play made out there in the outfield. Griffin had a diving catch in game 1 today. Now Jackson saves a run, robbing Rochetti of a home run. As now Crows sees a strike go by to begin his first AB, or his second AB, I should say. Here's a ball hit well out toward left field. Back goes Ricketts to the wall, and he can't make a play on that one. An opposite field home run for Dason Crows to cut the Quincy lead in half. Dason Crows with his first home run of the season. He drives in his 9th run of the year. Second hit for Quincy, and it's 2-1. Second homer given up from Bradley this season. And now Nolan Wozeman to step in. Bradley works quickly to try to reset, and a breaking ball's in there for a strike.
Here we go, baby.
Wozeman takes up 4-1. He's had a rough day. 0 for 6 in the 2 games now combined as he slaps one high and deep out to left field. See you later. We are tied as Nolan Wozeman ends those hitting woes and slaps a ball out to left field over the fence. We're tied at 2 just like that. Back-to-back home runs. Wozeman, or Crows first, now Nolan Wozeman. His first of the year as well. Now Logsdon, as Matt Bradley tries to hit the reset button. Try to get the final 2 outs here of this 4th inning. Logsdon takes low for ball 1. 1-0's inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander loosening for Carson-Newman in the bullpen. Ball hit on the ground right side. Carpenter had it initially, recovers, and now throws out Logsdon. He was so close to the bag, had plenty of time to recover it. Makes the play, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Ryan Smithson loosening for Carson-Newman down the left field line. Carpenter makes the play, 2 gone now for Gino D'Alessio. And what is now a tie ball game at 2. 2 outs, and the first pitch, a strike. Important, too, for Bradley to not allow this inning to get extended. That's where Quincy's been able to take care of business against Carson-Newman, is the ability to put up multiple runs in 1 inning. Important for Bradley to keep this at just a 2-run inning on 2 long balls as D'Alessio throws his hands at a pitch away and fouls it off to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes. No 2 outside as D'Alessio thought about it but holds back. One, 2 from Bradley, another one that D'Alessio goes after from the outside and fouls back. Bradley's ready into the windup. 1-2 is hit well out toward right center field, ranging to his right as Jackson is there to make the play, and the inning is over. But a 1-out homer for Dason Crows, and then Nolan Wozeman follows it up with a homer of his own. And we're tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Eagles Sports Network. 6, 7, 8 for Carson-Newman to begin the bottom of the fourth inning, trying to respond to the 2 runs Quincy scores in the top half of this fourth inning. Carpenter shows bunt to lead things off, but takes it back for a called strike. Carpenter has scored one of the 2 runs for Carson-Newman, drew a walk to begin the second, later came around to score on Spencer Bright, reaching by an error. Breaking ball is going to break too low for ball 1. Carpenter still looking for his first hit of this series as he hits one well out toward left field. No need to follow that one. It is gone. Carson-Newman has regained the lead thanks to Andrew Carpenter's solo home run, his first of the season, and the Eagles back on top, 3-2. A no-doubter from the second baseman. Fourth innings have been eventful in terms of the long ball. In game 1 of the doubleheader, it was Luke Napleton hitting a grand slam, and then Quincy with 2 solo home runs in the top half, and now a Carpenter home run. So you total up the fourth inning from earlier today, and this game as well, 4 total home runs in fourth innings as Genter steps in, and the count now 1-1 after taking the 0-1 pitch outside. 1-1 from Carpenter. There's a nice slider that breaks right in to the left-handed hitting Genter for strike 2. Pitch is chopped right side. Simpson will play it off a couple of hops and run to the bag himself. Sliding effort, and he gets there just in time to retire Genter. That's the first out of the fourth inning. That Carpenter home run off of Carpenter, Tyler Carpenter, the second one given up by Tyler Carpenter this season. First pitch from Tyler Carpenter is a ball to Luke Goforth. The 8-hitter in this Carson-Newman lineup here in game 2, strike to even up the count at a ball and a strike. The Eagles trying to end this losing streak, get back in the win column, give themselves an opportunity to split the series tomorrow. Good bunt down the first base side. Carpenter to field, throw in time, no. Tried to go get the baseball out of the mitt, did Carpenter initially, and just didn't get a clear grip of it the first time. Had to double clutch, and by that time Goforth had already stepped on first. So it's an infield bunt single for the designated hitter. And now Spencer Bright steps in. First pitch misses to Bright. Ball and no strikes. 3-2 Carson-Newman lead. Responding after 2 runs in the top half from Quincy, Carpenter's home run. Bunt that's popped up in foul ground. Dreer will make the grab. Good awareness from the catcher with the help of some talking from his infielders to realize that ball is in play and popped up off the bat of Bright. He makes the play. And there's 2 outs and back to the top of the order for Henry Jackson, who's reached both times he has gone to the plate. Good breaking ball from Carpenter for a strike. Carpenter set from the stretch. He's got Goforth picked off. Throw from Simpson into short is in time. Let's hold on, though. It looks like maybe a balk, an illegal pick-off attempt. Maybe the pitcher, Carpenter, had already angled that right leg of his toward home and tried to redirect himself to throw over to his first baseman, Simpson, because he realized Goforth was taking off. So Goforth safe at second. And Jackson with a strike on him now. Has a guy in scoring position and hits one back up the middle, off the mound into center field. Base hit, rounding third. His Goforth throw is going to come all the way into home. Goforth slides in safely. Jackson moves up to second, and Carson-Newman back up 4-2. An RBI single from Henry Jackson drives in Goforth. 23rd run batted in for Jackson. It's 4-2 Eagles. Two-hit day for Henry Jackson now here in game 2. And a stellar response from these Eagles after the 2-run top half of this 4th inning to go back up a pair of runs and still alive here in the bottom half. As Gunnar Ricketts steps in. Jackson's going to take off for third as Ricketts is going to foul one off to the left side and out of play. Good awareness from Jackson, too, after the single to realize that throw was not cut off and to advance to second base with the play happening at home. Pitch from Carpenter, low and away, ball 1. Carpenter set a look back at Jackson at second, and the 1-1 is fouled off again by Ricketts into the netting. And it's a ball in 2 strikes. Carson-Newman women's basketball into the 4th quarter now. Up 9, 54-45, 7 minutes left there. Chance to go to the championship game would play Anderson, who upset Wingate earlier today. Another 1-2. Fastball just outside. Good eye from Ricketts to stay away from it. And deuces across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Two. Ricketts chops foul. Quality at-bats from these Eagles in this baseball game, both against the starter, Tosher, and now the reliever, Carpenter. To help score 4 runs on 5 hits. Another 2-2. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. Ricketts has worked it full as Carpenter comes set from the stretch. High leg kick, and the 3-2 sails over his catcher's head, and it will bounce all the way back off the stone wall and back to Carpenter at the mound. And Jackson moves to third. Ricketts is aboard at first. Runners on the corners now. Still 2 outs, and Jordan Griffin to step in. Fourth walk from Quincy pitching here in game 2 of the doubleheader. 3 by Tosher and 1 from Carpenter. As Griffin steps in with a chance to extend this 4th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss from Griffin, chases at the slider. for strike one. Ricketts takes off. Griffin slaps one out toward right field. Logsdon back nearing the track. Backpedaling makes the grab for the final out of the inning. But Carson-Newman gets a solo leadoff home run from Andrew Carpenter, an RBI single from Henry Jackson. And the Eagles regain the 2-run lead. It's 4-2 after a 3-hit inning. To the 5th we go. Eagles up 4-2. Top of the 5th, 4-2. 6-7-8 due up for Quincy. As Matt Bradley back out for a 5th inning, delivers a first pitch strike to Simpson. Simpson 0 for 1, grounded into a double play his first time around. 0-1 just missed, maybe a hair low. For ball 1. Big swing and a miss from Simpson. And Bradley's ahead at 1-2. Still some action down there. Smithson still loosening for Carson-Newman, right-hander. Bradley's ready into the windup 1-2. Breaking ball that Simpson stays away from. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Besides the 2 solo home runs, it's been good work from Matt Bradley throughout this game. Prior to that, had retired 5 in a row, as just missing this time on the outside, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch to the first baseman, Simpson, swing and a miss, strike 3. Went to the breaking ball low, and Simpson down swinging. The first strikeout from Matt Bradley in the game. It's the first out of the 5th. Now Dreher steps in. He'll take a breaking ball for strike 1. Fastball reared back and fired in by Bradley's going to miss. Low and outside for ball 1. Dreher flew out in the 3rd, his only plate appearance so far. RBI single earlier as he drives one out toward right field. Should be routine for Jackson. Maybe moved a few steps to make the catch. And just like that, 2 quick outs here in the 5th with the Eagles up 4-2. Now Luke Napleton steps in, DHing here in game 2. He's behind the plate for game 1 of the doubleheader. First pitch outside for Bradley, ball 1. Napleton had himself a game 1, 3 hits, 2 of which were home runs. 1 was a grand slam, and he totaled up 8 RBI on those 3 hits as he fans had a slider for strike 1.
Come on, Nick.
1-1 outside from Bradley, 2 balls and a strike.
Come on, Nate, here we go.
2-1 offering to Napleton is a slider on the outer third, strike 2. Bradley offering something that Carson-Newman had not gotten from its pitching staff in these first 2 games. Quality work early and often, besides the 2 home runs. Put the Eagles in a good position to win, and another swing and a miss, strike 3. Bradley's fired up. He'll head into the dugout after another 1-2-3 inning. He strikes out 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Carson-Newman has the momentum up 4-2 on the Eagles Sports Network. Part of the Carson-Newman order due up here in the bottom half of the 5th, 4-5-6. As Zach Bose swings and fouls the first pitch back. For strike 1. 0-1 from the lefty Carpenter, who's back out there. Is low for a ball. 1 2/3 so far out of the bullpen for Tyler Carpenter. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk and a strikeout. And the 9 batters he has faced as he pops one up out toward the right side. Right fielder Logsdon moving in, now ranging to his right. He'll make the play in right center field for the first out of the inning. Bring up Killian Daughtry, 0 for 2 is the first baseman. Carpenter to follow. For the Eagles here in the 5th. Second time that Carpenter will work through this Carson-Newman order. Swing and a miss from Daughtry for strike 1. Ball hit on the ground. It's going to get past D'Alessio at short and drift into center field. A 1-out single up the middle for Killian Daughtry here with 1 out in the 5th. He's aboard, and now Andrew Carpenter, after his solo home run last half inning, will step back in. Daughtry with at least 1 hit in now all 3 games of the series, 4 total. He's aboard again with 1 out. Good slider from Carpenter in there for the strike to Carpenter, who's reached both times. Andrew Carpenter with a walk in the second he later scored on, and then his home run last half inning to help give Carson-Newman the lead back. 0-1. Low fastball. That's not in the zone, ball 1. One is hit hard but foul on the ground through the left side. And out of play, 1-2 to Carson-Newman's second baseman. 1-2. Good slider. Freezes Carpenter at the plate for strike 3, and Tyler Carpenter gets the strikeout of Andrew Carpenter for the second out of the 5th. Second strikeout for Tyler Carpenter, and now Micah Jenner steps in with 2 outs, and Daughtry aboard at first. Lefty-lefty matchup with 2 outs as Genter takes the fastball high. 4-1. Carpenter set. The 1-0 is a high chopper right side. First baseman flips on to first, sliding effort, but Carpenter's not there in time. A quality effort by the pitcher and the first baseman, but better hustling up the first base line by Micah Genter to beat out that flip from Simpson to Carpenter, and there's 2 men aboard with 2 outs. Another hit for the Eagles, go down as an infield single. Genter's first hit of the game. And now Luke Goforth is up with 2 guys on. As Carson-Newman tries to add some insurance here in the latter innings. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a fastball up and inside. 4-1. Again, this is the second game of the doubleheader. Just a 7-inning game, so Eagles pitching just 6 outs away from a W and ending the losing streak. Goforth shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Goforth had a single last half inning. Pitch gets away from the catcher, Dreer, who maybe just seemed to drop the baseball, kind of took his eyes off of it as he saw Daughtry at second base get a good secondary jump. So the ball gets away and the runners each move up a base. So Daughtry to third, Genter moves into scoring position, and now a base hit could score 2 with the speed of Genter at second now. Pitch was a ball, so 2 balls and a strike to Goforth. And now the pitch from Carpenter is lined into right field. This is going to get down and score 2 and roll all the way to the wall. Daughtry and Genter score. Goforth rounding second. He will stop there now. A 2-run, 2-out double from Luke Goforth. And Carson-Newman piling it on here in the 5th, up 6-2. Goforth takes it the other direction for the double. His second double of the season, drives in a couple of runs as well. And now the 9-hitter Spencer Bright steps in. Still with just 2 outs. Good 2-out hitting again from Carson-Newman. All 5 hits in game 1 were with 2 outs, and 3 of the 8 in this game also with 2 outs. First pitch to Bright, a strike as Carpenter comes set for the 0-1. Breaking ball is swung on and missed by Spencer Bright, and he's behind 0-2. To Bright, fastball that stays outside from Tyler Carpenter. It's ball 1. Carpenter's given up now 4 runs since coming on. 6 of the 8 hits also off of the left-hander. 1-2 pitch to Bright is popped up, but it's going to drift foul and out of play. keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2. Bounced foul into the Eagles dugout on the third base side, and the battle continues here between Bright and Carpenter. As the catcher will get to see a 6th pitch and a 3rd consecutive one with 2 strikes on him. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Carpenter wins the battle, but Carson-Newman gets 2 more runs in the 5th, a 2 RBI double from Luke Goforth. And the Eagles lead 6-2 as we head to the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, 9-1-2 for the Quincy Hawks. Boynton, Ricchetti, and Crows due up in the 6th to face Matt Bradley, who's back out for another inning. Misses on the first pitch. Now the 1-0 is outside for ball 2. Quincy going to try to mount a comeback here with 2 plate appearances left. 2-0 fell right back into the netting for strike 1. Good bounce back here from Bradley after just recording 7 outs in his most recent start. Fewest innings in a start for his career, 2 1/3. Walked 4 guys. Good command today. As he misses outside, though, and now falls behind 3 balls and a strike. Just the second 3-ball count Matt Bradley's worked in today. 3-1 line into right center field. It's going to drop for a base hit, a leadoff single for Brock Boynton. Just the 4th hit for Quincy. And they've got the leadoff guy on to begin the 6th. Just what you need to mount a comeback. And now it turns things over to the top of the order with Joe Ricchetti. First pitch swinging, Ricchetti fouls it away.
Here we go, baby!
0-1 runs outside, ball 1. Boynton represents the most speed on this Hawks team at first. He's got the only stolen bag this season for Quincy. 1-1 check swing. And the umpire out at first base says that Ricchetti did not go around. So it moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. Riley's going to pick over to first. Good pickoff attempt, but diving back safely is Boynton. Ball hit high into the air, left side, ranging over his rickets. He'll come in and to his left a little bit into left center field. Able to shade off the sun and make the grab. Good, important first out of the inning as Ricchetti is retired. Bring up Dason Crows. Hit his first homer of the year off of Bradley last time he went to the plate in the 4th. As he takes a slider in from Bradley for a strike. 0-1. Fastball just outside. It'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Quality response from Carson-Newman. Got out to the 2-0 start. Quincy answered with 2 solo home runs as Crows fouls one back. 1-2. Quincy battled back to tie it at 2 with 2 solo shots. And then the last 2 frames, the 4th and the 5th. The Eagles able to score 2 in each to go back up in the contest, now up 4. As this one's going to get all the way to the backstop and range off to the left. It's going to allow Boynton to move into second. So now a runner in scoring position for the Hawks. Trailing by 4. Pitch was a ball, so it's 2-2. Boynton to second on the wild pitch with Crows at the plate. 2-2. The chopper right side. Crows is down in the batter's box. Believed it hit off his foot before trickling out there into fair ground toward the second baseman, Carpenter. So Crows going to try to shake that one off, and now have to step back in with 2 strikes and still 2 balls. Didn't appear initially that it did hit off his foot, but was shaken up immediately after making contact. Another 2-2 from Bradley is another ground ball right side. This one's going to go foul. Two from Bradley is lifted high and deep, but foul off to the right side. Another foul ball, 3rd consecutive foul ball from Crows with 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. Bradley set, look back at second in the pitch. Runs inside for ball 3. Good battle between the second baseman Crows and the right-hander Matt Bradley. The 10th pitch total of this AB. Full count pitch is hit on the ground right side, past the outstretched arms of Carpenter into right field. Jackson with a throw in. That'll be cut off by Daughtry. And the runner at second, now at third, Boynton, is held there. And there's runners on the corners with 1 out in this top half of the 6th. So Crows wins the battle on the 10th pitch. And the Hawks are threatening here in the 6th. 2 arms loosening for Carson-Newman. Hunter Harrington and Ryan Smithson both up and loosening right-handers. As a strike in from Bradley to Wasman. Again, pitch count just into the 80s now for Matt Bradley, so not too high at this point. 0-1's fouled off right side. And it's quickly 0-2.
Come on, Wasser. Here we go, Wasser.
The ball's in 2 strikes on the third baseman. The pitch is high. It goes off the mid of Brighton into the backstop. Boynton coming home, flipping, not in time. And Boynton scores. And now Bradley maybe a little shaken up after the slide in from the runner Boynton. Bradley is up and gingerly walking around. Seems to be okay, though. As manager Tom Griffin out. Now to check on his right-hander. Run scores on the wild pitch. Crows up to second base, so it's 6-3. Just a high pitch that Bright unable to control. It looks like we're going to maybe have a change. So Matt Bradley's day is going to be over here in the 6th inning. Quality effort from the right-hander. And he'll turn it over to his bullpen to try to get the final 5 outs of this baseball game. Carson-Newman up 6-3. We'll meet the new pitcher when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network. Hunter Harrington comes on, and he'll face Wozeman with a 1-2 count, and the pitch is inside for ball 2. Again, the runner Crows now at second base, but Hunter Harrington on, right-hander, a sophomore from Huntersville, North Carolina. First season with Carson-Newman, transferring from Marshall, as this ball is hit well, but foul. Off to the left side by Wozeman, keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9th appearance of the season now. 11 2/3 innings pitched for the right-hander. 5 runs given up, but 2 are earned. 6 walks, 14 strikeouts. And a 1 win, a save, and a loss as well. This ball is hit high off to the right side, up against the hill, but foul as it just outside the fence. As Daughtry and Jackson were over, but could not make a play on it. So another foul ball keeps the count at 2-2. Harrington set, another 2-2. Is hit on the ground, right side softly hit. Carpenter fields it, ranging in, flips it on to Daughtry for the second out of the inning. The runner Crows does move to third, but it's a 4-3 put out now for the second out, and that'll bring up Lance Logston. Lefty Logsden steps in and takes the first pitch from Harrington for a strike. trickles back into fair territory after hitting the stone here behind home plate. So no balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. Harrington pitching for the second time this week. Pitched Wednesday in the loss to Tusculum. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs allowed, 2 earned, and a couple of strikeouts in that outing. 0-2. Fastball outside. For a ball. Carson-Newman 4 outs away from ending the 6-game losing streak. One, 2. Again outside. Logsdon 0 for 2. A fly ball out and a ground out in his 2 trips to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. The pitch to Harrington, or from Harrington, I should say, is low. And just like that, the count works full. Harrington worked ahead 0-2, has fallen behind. Now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. D'Alessio on deck, hoping for an opportunity. The 3-2. Check swing, and home plate umpire makes the call, saying Logsdon went around. 4 strike 3 call made by Adam Buckles. We'll head to the bottom half of the 6th with Carson-Newman up 6-3 here on the Eagles Sports Network. New pitcher for Quincy is Eli Ekton. Be his 3rd appearance this season. In the first 2, he went 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He sports a 6.23 earned run average. After those 2 outings, he'll face the top of this Carson-Newman order. Henry Jackson, Gunnar Ricketts, Jordan Griffin due up for the Eagles. 2 balls quickly on Jackson, who has reached all 3 times. 2 singles and a walk. The Eagles have scored in every inning except the first. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and then 2 in the 4th and 5th. Fastball from Ekton right down the middle. 4 strike 1. Ekton relieving Tyler Carpenter, who went 2 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 3 strikeouts and a walk, and 49 pitches, 35 of which were strikes. 2-1 is hit to the right side, and it's through. Diving effort from Crows, not enough, as Henry Jackson is aboard. with a leadoff single. Third hit for Jackson, all singles. He has reached all 4 times safely. Three of his 4 plate appearances have been to lead off an inning. As now Gunnar Ricketts steps in, and Carson-Newman wants a little bit of insurance. Heading into the top of the 7th, Ricketts shows bunt but pulls it back and takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Acton set from the stretch. The pitch is low and in as Ricketts again showing bunt, but wisely pulls it back to take it for ball 2. Acton back in the strike zone. Line drive left side, back goes Rachetti, and he can't make the play. It's over his head. Jackson rounding second, now gets to third, and it'll be held there as Ricketts is into second base with a stand-up double. His first hit of the ballgame, 3rd time he's reached base, took the ball the other way. And now Jackson moves to third, and just like that, the Eagles back in business, trying to add on to what's a 3-run lead. And now we're going to get a visit out at the mound with the Eagles up 6-3 and 2 men in scoring position. Same time as these 2 teams here will play the series finale. And as it would stand and look now, it'd be a game where Quincy would look to take the series and Carson-Newman would look for the split. See how Acton responds now after the 2 base hits. And now the mound visit before he faces Jordan Griffin, who's extended his hitting streak to 20 games dating back to last year. Looking for a few RBI as well. Already has 1 in this game. It was back in the 3rd. Infield in. Griffin showed a bunt. Pulled the bat back. And takes for a ball. Swing and a miss from the center fielder, evens it up, and a ball and a strike. Got to give credit to Bradley, Carson-Newman starter today, for getting the job done. 3 scoreless frames to start things out. Got the Eagles a 2-0 lead. Gave up a couple of home runs. Stayed within himself. Pitched a scoreless 5th. And goes 5 1/3, allowing 3 runs. And the bats followed in behind to set him up for the victory. Griffin fouls 1 back. And there's a ball and 2 strikes on him. Long look in for Acton as he comes set from the stretch. And the 1-2. Breaking ball drilled Griffin right in the back. Second time in this ball game, Jordan Griffin has been hit by a pitch. He's aboard again, and it loads the bases for Zach Bose. Bose 0 for 3 here at Game 2, had 3 of the 5 hits for the Eagles in Game 1. As he swings at the first pitch and hits it well out towards center field. Boynton is under it now, coming in a little bit, will make the grab. As the runner at third, Jackson, will tag up. He will score, and it's a sacrifice fly for Zach Bose to score his teammate Henry Jackson. It's 7-3 now. Carson-Newman adds on to its lead. Everybody else stays put, so Ricketts still at second, Griffin still at first base. Bose drives in another run, 16th RBI now this season. As Daughtry steps in, first pitch will foul it back into the netting for strike one. Well, really throughout the entire batting order, Carson-Newman's gotten it done. 5 hits from the top 3 guys, and 5 hits from 5 through 8 in the lineup as well. Only guys to not record a hit so far, Zach Bose had an RBI on that sacrifice fly just a moment ago. And Spencer Bright, but Bright helped score Carpenter to give Carson-Newman the early 1-0 lead on that error. Tough play in the hole from D'Alessio. That was off the bat of Spencer Bright, helped score Carpenter, so both of those guys without a hit. Bright and Bose but have made impacts on this game. As the 1-1 is low to Daughtry for ball 2, so all 9 guys in the order have made an impact. Hecton set the 2-1, swinging a miss at the breaking ball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Still 2 guys aboard for the Eagles, trying to add on to a 4-run lead. Help put away these Quincy Hawks, who took the first 2 games pretty handily, but it's been Carson-Newman in charge of this one for the most part. 2-2 from Hecton. Breaking ball that is slapped foul down the left field line. Daughtry 4 hits in this series already, trying to add on to it here. Maybe get himself an RBI in this game as well. Hecton set, a look back at second. And now the 2-2 is hit softly into right field. It will hang up for Logsdon out there in right. He makes the play. That's the second out of this 6th inning. Good awareness on the base pads by Ricketts out there running at second. Thought about taking off, realized I should hold up here and check on whether that fly ball would hang up or not. It did. Daughtry flies out for the second out. Two outs for Andrew Carpenter. who's homered in this baseball game. Big swing and a miss. And a fastball for strike one. Has scored both times he's been on base. A walk in the second, the homer in the fourth. Oh, 1, good slider in there for strike two, and Carpenter's behind. No balls and two strikes. Good response from Ekton after hitting Jordan Griffin to get the fly out by Bose and the fly out from Daughtry, despite the Bose fly out scoring a run. And he's ahead now 0-2 on Carpenter. The pitch is lined into left field. It's going to get down for another base hit. Rounding third and scoring is going to be Gunnar Ricketts. 8-3 Carson-Newman. Extra insurance thanks to the bat of Andrew Carpenter. His second run batted in this afternoon. It's 8-3. Griffin halts at second base, so still first and second and 2 outs. Third consecutive inning, the Eagles have scored 2 runs. And fifth consecutive inning with runs on the board for Carson-Newman. First pitch to Gento, right back up the middle, past the pitcher and into center field, base hit. Rounding third is Griffin. Throw home is going to go off the mound, and it's not in time. Jordan Griffin scores by an RBI single for Micah Genter up the middle. 9-3, a 3-run sixth for Carson-Newman. Genter with his first RBI of the ball game scores Griffin. Just the type of performance these Eagles needed heading into Sunday's series finale. Good response after what happened in the first 2, including earlier today. As Luke Goforth steps in, he's had a good day as well. 2 hits, 2 runs batted in. And he'll take the first pitch for a strike. 2 runs driven in were on the RBI double. Back in the fifth, scored Genter and Daughtry. Again, though, Carson-Newman hitting with 2 outs. 2-out RBI from Carpenter, 2-out RBI from Genter. Both singles gives Carson-Newman 5 hits with 2 outs of the 12 on the board so far. Goforth's behind 0-2 with 2 outs in the 6th. Runners take off. Ball gets away from the catcher Trier anyway, so this will easily allow the runners to be safe at now second and third. Carpenter to third, Genter to second. And a ball into the outfield could add 2 more for the Eagles. Ekton comes set for the 1-2. Breaking ball breaks perfectly back in across the plate for strike 3. Throws Goforth for the final out of the 6th inning. More offense, though, from Carson-Newman. They pile 3 more runs up on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 men are left. To the 7th, 3 outs needed for the Eagles to end the 6-game skid here on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of the 7th, Hunter Harrington back out there for the 7th inning, needing the final 3 outs here to get Carson-Newman an 11th win. He'll face 5, 6, 7. D'Alessio, Simpson, and Dreer. First pitch a ball, second one on the way, also a ball low. Not going to be easy against these Hawks who have battled and shown the ability to put up a bunch of runs in 1 inning. 5 in the first inning yesterday, 7 in the second inning yesterday, and then earlier today, 6 in the second inning. So more than capable of tying. And a strike now on D'Alessio. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. D'Alessio 1 for 2, singled earlier in the game as Harrington misses low and the count works full. Two outs. Simpson grounds into a double play for the second time. It goes 3-6-3, and there's now 2 outs. Quality execution from the senior first baseman, having to turn and fire, but also go back and find the bag for the return throw from the shortstop, Genter. And now Tanner Dreher is the final life for Quincy, down to their final out. One is a strike. One bounces in there and gets away from Bright, but it's no big deal with the ball bouncing away and nobody aboard. 2 balls and a strike, 2 gone here in the top half of the 7th. Carson-Newman up 9-3. 2-1 is tapped with the victory. He improves to 3-0. Tyler Carpenter gets the loss. He will fall to 1-1. So once again, 9-3 for Carson-Newman in the win column. They're back and improve to 11-9. It ends the losing streak and gives them the opportunity to split the series tomorrow, as these 2 teams will be back in action tomorrow at 1 p.m. here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Andrew Rogers signing off as the Eagles win 9-3 here on the Eagles